Alrighty, time for another daily. Dark Ages. And Dark Ages alone. So for draw, there's Hunting Grounds. And that's it. For actions, there's Wandering Minstrel and the Starting Necropolis. For trashing, there's Counterfeit and Junk Dealer. And for plus buy, there is Counterfeit and Market Square. Yeah, this one seems really straightforward then. There's an action card, a draw card, and a little bit of plus buy and trashing. We're starting with shelters in place of estates. Are those? Yeah, here they are. The shelters. Okay, well, oh, I have the 2/5, which seems quite good here. Yeah. On 34, just to briefly contemplate, I would think probably the opening is Silver Scavenger to try to hit 5. But I am thankfully unbeholden by that burden. On 2, pretty sure the answer is Vagrant. You can always consider, when you have the 5/2 and the shelters, buying an estate to trash the hovel. Frequently that's better than nothing. Like if there's a sacrifice in the kingdom that benefits from having a victory card. Hovel's technically not a victory card, so trashing it with something like sacrifice or acolyte would be impeded. If there's trash for benefit like Apprentice, you'd rather turn the 1-cost card into a 2-cost card. There are also occasions where you'd rather not trash the hovel into a state. Like, the one that's coming to my mind is if you have, what's it called? The event that lets you trash a non-victory card, gain a card costing 2 more. That works on hovel, but not on an estate. Anyways, point being, I would contemplate sometimes. You're otherwise going to pass the turn, buy an estate, trash a hovel. Probably more often than not, that's better than nothing, but not always. In this case, I think probably the easiest answer is to buy a Vagrant, which is slightly more better than nothing than buying an estate. On 5, so the options are basically Junk Dealer or Counterfeit. Very similar. Going to want both. I'm going to say Counterfeit. We've got more coppers to trash than hovels. Or what's the word? Than shelters. And I'm probably going to want more counterfeits, especially with a gold gainer around. You can continue to make use of additional counterfeits. The biggest consideration, I think, with something like this is like, which of these get you back to 5 more reliably? So like if you buy the first one, it's going to make sure you can buy the second one on the next shuffle. And I think Counterfeit is more likely to get you to 5 than Junk Dealer is by a hair. And it did in fact work out. Okay. This seems like Armory to me. Gonna want a bunch of the Wandering Minstrels and probably some Market Squares. So might as well get to gaining those. And then from here, I think the kingdom pretty much plays itself, right? You gain Wandering Minstrels, you gain Hunting Grounds, you gain some Market Squares and gain some golds off of them. And I mean, that's the game. This could be a second Counterfeit, or it could be a Wandering Minstrel. It might seem like Band of Misfits is a strict upgrade over Wandering Minstrel, and I could contemplate that. The reason not to is going to be you'll have the 1 stack of Minstrels. They probably run out, and once the Minstrel pile runs out, Band of Misfits stops being able to play Wandering Minstrels anymore, because the card has to be in the supply. So it's not obvious that this is better. It probably is worth considering at least, though. In the short term, it can be Minstrel if you want, and also Armory or something else if you prefer that. I think any of these three is reasonable. I'm going to take Band of Misfits. Something that just came to my mind is, could potentially, depending on the hand, play Band of Misfits' death card to trash the Necropolis. Okie dokie. I was hoping to see the Necropolis here, because then I could line it up so that the Vagrant draws it. But no luck. Does the order of these matter much? I think probably not. What am I doing with this turn? I don't think I care very much about getting a gold right now. I would rather just draw these. And I think what do I think? I think I want hunting grounds. I also think I can't count. I don't know why I thought that was 6. Okay, well the hunting grounds can wait. Was there a line there that got me to 6? I mean, I could have played Death Cart and trashed the armory or something if I were really desperate. But I don't think I actually had a path to 6 there quite yet. Whoops. Okay, what if... Oh, maybe this is a line I could have considered last time and didn't. I'm not sure if it was available. What if I play Scavenger first? Top decking Counterfeit, and then I draw it. Then I would have 2 money, 4 money, 5 money. I think that gets me there. There we go. Bot does not have a hunting grounds yet, so I'm going to say I'm ahead. And probably that's mostly because of the 5-2. I had the 5-2, I hit 5 again. I think my shuffles have been pretty alright. Alrighty, play that one more time. I don't think there's a great way to make this Vagrant more likely than it currently is to find the Overgrown Estate. So I'll play it right now. And just take a second market square. Can activate those here. In the golds. This just looks like another hunting grounds. Wait, is that tap card? Do I have 2 counterfeits? Did I ever get a second one? I wish the log existed. I know I was contemplating getting a second counterfeit. I don't remember if I did it. I did. Listen, it's very late here. Okay, here we go. Vagrant finds the shelter. So, like, obviously, if you were struggling for villages, like, I don't know if you lost the Wandering Minstrel split really badly or something, or if it was a kingdom where every bit of terminal space mattered, you could keep the Necropolis intentionally and use it as a village. Necropolis plus Hunting Grounds is still certainly net draw. I don't think I'm that desperate for actions, and so I think it is my time to kill it. Also, the Junk Dealer can die now, so actually the Band of Misfits is going to be kind of helpful. It has a lot of targets. Might as well counterfeit a gold and get it back. And then what are piles looking like? Minstrel will run out imminently, as can Market Square, and then Ruins are a cheap pile to empty. You can buy those for 0, or you can buy Death Card to empty them 2 at a time. I'm wondering if I'm already realistically threatening a pile out here next turn. Could lower Market Squares, could take a counterfeit, could take a Hunting Grounds and try to trash that, and pile the estates. One thing to think about with counterfeits is on the final turn you often want to counterfeit your counterfeits. So let's say you have a hand like this, it's 2 counterfeits and 2 golds. If you counterfeit a gold and counterfeit a gold, and then you'd get 7 money from each of those and an extra buy from each of those, and you'd have 14 money and 3 buys at the end of it all. Or you could counterfeit on the counterfeit and then counterfeit both golds. You'd still get to counterfeit 2 of the other non-counterfeit treasures. So you'd still trash 2 golds, but you would get 1 extra money from playing the second counterfeit twice and 1 extra buy. And so if you plan on trashing counterfeits with counterfeits, every additional counterfeit after the first is like 2 buys, not 1. So like what would happen if I bought a bunch of counterfeits here and I counterfeited the counterfeits and then trashed all the golds? I potentially have a lot of buys to work with. I think I need at least 1 more Hunting Grounds. I need 2 Hunting Grounds and 2 Market Squares. Or maybe Hunting Grounds, a Market Square, and a Wandering Minstrel. A little bit safer. And I think I may be threatening Minstrel, Market Square, Estate pile up now. Let's see, so Armory gains a Wandering Minstrel. Let's say I managed to trash 1 Hunting Grounds. I don't know if I can effectively trash 2. Like I could Junk Dealer trash 1 Hunting Grounds, Death Cart trash the other in theory, but I don't know if I have enough draw in my deck to get to the end of my deck while trashing 2 of my Hunting Grounds. So assuming I can only trash 1 of them, I would lower estates by 3. I could gain a Market Square off of the Armory, and that would leave 5 estates and 2 Market Squares, which would be 7 buys. I could get 4 buys in total from 3 counterfeits and my natural buy, and I'd have to play at least 3 Market Squares, which sounds pretty doable. So I think I can pile out here even with, what do you call it? Just one hunting grounds trash. Well, let's consider firstly, what if I just trash both? Apparently I have enough draw to make that viable. Upside of just trashing one hunting grounds is the second hunting grounds would provide me the overdraw to regain a bunch of golds off of market square that I activate. But it might be simpler to just trash both and not even bother with the extra golds. So I play the market square here. This looks like a win. Counterfeit, play all the golds. That's 18 money. And 5, 6, 7 buys. Yeah, this looks beyond winning. This was not a good order. This was a very bad order. I don't think it's going to matter at all, but I likely am going to end up drawing a bunch of estates here instead of that last gold. I should have played one more market square and drawn the gold first. Oh, well, better lucky than good. Alright, well I got 8 buys, and a pile out here only costs 4 buys and 10 money. Let me see, can I pile out the ruins instead? Yeah. We'll go for the more interesting pile out. I think, in a very technical sense, these should be red undos because you've learned information about the top ruin. Don't have enough for a 4 pile, though it is fairly close. One thing you could do is you could buy 4 death carts and 2 ruins, which costs 1 more buy at the cost of 2 less money. But I don't think there's anything I would do other than pile all of these, including market squares. So we'll have to suffice for 3. Yeah, this kingdom seemed really straightforward. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked that. I wanted to go back and look at what happened with the bot. I don't remember what it was doing. My guess is, even if it were playing well, I would just had a pretty good opening. The 5-2 into a second 5, plus being player 1, put me just naturally ahead regardless of what the bot did. I don't recall exactly what choices it made, and now we'll never know. If only I'd recorded this.